to episode 22, and I'm here with a guy who is rated very special guest, one of the greatest guitarists in the world.
No, I'm hanging out with a couple of them. But, you know.
Steve Lukather. Now, welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you, man?
Good. Now, you mentioned you were hanging out with a couple of very good guitarists, Steve Vai and Joe Satriani.
You
now, I'm
think?
sure. I think everyone wants to know, does it get competitive? You know, you're on a tour, it's called G3. Does it get competitive?
Well, if it did, I would lose, but that's not the point. I mean, actually, we've been friends for decades. I first met Joe when surfing came out. I saw him at an NAMM show. Somebody played me the record in the car on the way to the NAMM show, and there I am face to face with this guy who just dusted me, and I was just like, and I walked right up to him and I said, Joe, I said, I just listened to your album. You're amazing. I hate you. and we laughed, and we've sort of, over the years, we've done a few, jams, a few things. He's invited me to do a few things over the years. And not unlike Steve Vai, who's been a very close friend of mine. I mean, we produced a record, won a Grammy with Larry Carlton, something I did with Larry. It was on Favored Nations, and we produced and finished the record together. And we've been friends for 15 years or something. I revere these guys. They're incredible guitar players on a level and a planet all their own. They invited me along. At first I was like, what? Really? I mean, I'm not really that guy, but at the same time, I mean, they had enough faith in me, and I guess the friendship thing may have played into it. Also, the fact that I'm different. And, to have three guys that are battling it out, as you say, it's not a battle at all. I mean, they've known each other since they were kids. And I understand that relationship because I have that same relationship with my brother Michael Landau, who's a really incredible guitar player. We grew up since we were 12 years old and did all, kind of, we go like this, but at the same time, we relate on a level that when they talk to each other sometimes, I can see, they talk about the old neighborhood and stuff. But they welcome me into this, and I'm really honored to be here, to be quite honest, and I was really nervous. It's a big task to walk out there. I'm glad I get to go on first. And the end jam is just, it's just a fun little thing. I mean, yeah, it's over the top. I mean, and they go crazy, and I just laugh. I go, well, okay, I'll keep up for a second, and I just go, okay, at some point you got to tap out. You know what I mean?
Are the audiences any different to like when you're playing with a band? Like, are the guitar audiences very, very different, or is there a big crossover? Or
there's no girls. I mean, I don't mean it to be offensive, but I mean, it's hilarious. I mean, there's, you can make fun of my old band Toad all you want, but there's girls in the audience. But no, these guys it's a musician audience, and that can be a tough audience. There's no doubt about it. You know what I mean? It's like you walk out and go, any guitar players? And, I just try to take the piss out of myself because I know where I'm at with all this. I'm the wild card, and I play a little differently, and I sing a few things, and I don't really go to the depths of their abilities. I'm a big fan, so I'm here as a fan too. I mean, but we're all friends, so it's not competitive. It's a love fest. I have the deepest respect for these guys, and I know I'm not like them. But I mean, it makes it fun for me. I don't have an ego in this anymore. I'm 54 years old. I'm like, okay, I'll go along for the ride. It's just, I scratch this off my bucket list of things I wanted to do in my life. I'm only doing the Down Under leg, and then I'm off doing Ringo this summer and doing my old band and just I'm working on records. So I'm honored to be here and have this little vacation with my friends.
Given the number of projects you're involved in, the amount of studio work you've done, the number of bands how many songs do you think you can play at the drop of a hat? Like if someone just plucks a song out of the air, how many songs do you think you could play without any preparation at all?
Oh, that's Mike Keneally. He can do that. And there's another brilliant guitar player. Jeez, he's never end with that cat. He's one of the most talented cats I've ever seen and nicest. But no, I can't, and here's the reason why. Retention is one thing. When I was a studio musician, I was doing 25 sessions a week. So you have to learn it, forget it, make room for the other. Learn it, forget it.
Thank you.
So
thank you. That's cool.
Consequently, certain things come and go. I can learn stuff fast. And but I mean, I learn it and forget it, which is good and bad sometimes. I mean, you got to make room for on the old hard drive, make room for some other stuff. But in all fairness, no, I wish I could be that guy. Some people have a photographic memory. I don't have that.
Okay,
I'll just give you the disclaimer now. Please buy my records. 4 children, 2 divorces,
So what do you want to play?
Oh my gosh, you put me on the spot. What have I been listening to? I've been listening to a lot of old stuff. Kind of Blue, You know, I listen to bebop stuff to calm down. Because you play electric music all day long. You need something. I'm working on a new solo record, so I've been listening to a lot of my own music because I'm writing lyrics to finish the tracks. So I have a new record coming out probably January next year. And I'm listening to a lot of Beatles stuff because I'm going out with Ringo, and I have to learn another 30 songs, not just Ringo stuff, but the other artists that are in the band. So I'm constantly learning. You know, I don't really go home and listen to like, oh, what am I going to listen to today? My favorite stuff. I like a lot of acoustic music, a lot of old stuff. I like some of the old Herbie Hancock funk stuff. You know, that's fun. I'm actually doing one of the tunes in my set, just as a wild card thing. You know? I'm kind of throwing a little bit more of a fusiony thing to it. I hate to use that word because everybody else winces at that word. It's just music to me, man. You know what I mean?
So what do you want to play?
Well, what should we play?
Something rocky.
Rocky.
Yeah.
Play some off the new Van Halen record.
Yes, with Steve Lukather, and the last song he requested was "She's a Woman" by Van Halen. I was going to ask you later about that album because I love it. What do you think?
I love it too, and it took him a long time to put that together. Went through a lot of different stuff with it, but Ed now and you know, the family and I go way back 30 some odd years. We've been friends. We're very close friends. And I just got a text from Ed the other day saying, "Have fun," you know. Say hi to Joe and Steve for me. You know, I mean, we're all big one happy family. Everybody loves everybody else. I mean, I think the media tries to put this competitive edge there. But everybody's so different. I mean, it's like you give everybody the same guitar and the same amp. We all walk up and play it. We're all going to sound like us. Magic amp, magic guitar. It's just who you are and years of playing.
But Dave does sing on that album about selective amnesia and about you know, forever's a mighty long time. And you know, there are a lot of they've talking about never again a few times, haven't they, Ed and Dave?
Man. Everybody's done it. I've done that with my own band. I mean, but I think it's wonderful. I went to the rehearsal at the Forum.
Oh, wow. Rehearsal. Lucky you, yeah.
Yeah, and it was incredible. And, you know, Ed's healthy, he's playing great. Al's having a good time. Wolfie's killing it. You know, and Dave looks like he's having a fun time. And, you know, and it's Van Halen, man. I'm sorry. It's great to have a great, good old-fashioned rock and roll band killing it on the road again. Because there's a lot of cookie-cutter stuff out there now.
Yeah.
Posing as rock music.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to name any names, but I mean, it all of a sudden becomes the producer's record and not the artist's record. So the artist gets lost in it. There are bands that are exceptions, of course. You know, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean? It's nice to see a bunch of old guys raising the bar again.
Yeah.
I've said it.
I saw an interview that you did 2 years ago, and you said something about, you know, I'm getting a divorce, I'm having a kid, my life is getting closer to the end, and I was really hoping you'd cheered up since then. Have you cheered up?
Well, I mean, I went through a really tough time, you know. I stopped the party, and I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do anything nasty I'm not supposed to do. I went back in the woodshed trying to find myself. Yeah, I did get a divorce, and yeah, I had a beautiful baby son, got 4 kids. I'm healthier than I've ever been, and I'm taking the back 9 of my life, to use a golf term, very seriously and very emotionally, and forgiving myself. Yeah, there's a lot of stupid drunken YouTubes where I fucked up and overplayed, or it's a default mode, you know, and you get nervous and whatever, and there's a lot of humiliation that I had to relive over and over and have a bunch of strangers rip me to shreds, like you know, it's like drawn and quartered by strangers. Okay, you know, and all of a sudden I'm eviscerated in the backyard. You know, that's tough. That was tough. You know, put me in therapy. I mean, you have to take a good hard look at yourself. I mean, I've been doing this for 35 years on the road, playing, making records. I've done a lot of stuff. I never fit into one genre, so I can switch over from one place to another. Like here I am on G3, and then I'm going to do Ringo, and then I'm going to do Toto. Not too many people do that. Now, I love every arena that I can be in. So some people, if they don't like a certain kind of music and I show up, like maybe there's some people here that have given me the warm welcome. Some people are like, what the hell is that guy doing? That Toto guy? You know, he's not good enough to play with those guys. I'm going, Joe invited me. You know, I mean, and I go out there, I think there's some people I know that have been in the audience, my record company and stuff, they said they've seen some young kids who had no idea who the hell I was. And then I start playing. They go, "Oh yeah, I never heard of that guy." You know, and you know, people go and buy a CD on the way out. Maybe because I'm not playing African and all that stuff. I'm showing a different side, solo side, different. This is me. You know, I'm not out here in competition. How dare I? But I'm out here to show another side of me, and I think that's a really positive thing for me. I hope people dig it. If they don't, hey, they know where the bar is, right?